Beloveds, are you ready to finally shed that one thing or that karmic pattern that has been following you for maybe decades, even lifetimes? Now is the time. Let's get into it. I'm Tanya Melendez, creator of Chart and Soul Astrology, founder of Cosmic Nautics, your intuitive astrologist and Black Psychic Librarian. And I want to share with you how to use and harness this power of the eclipse, but also the power of numerology, of the 999 of tomorrow. So let me get into it really quick. So first off, we are wearing white for September, just like we're boycotting hair products. And I want to share with you the reason I have my head covered a lot more now than I ever have is because I'm in a different environment. I'm at a higher elevation. And for me, protecting my crown is very important. I'm also in the middle of a writing project, working on a bunch of different things, moving houses. I'm about to travel, and I'll tell you all about that in the next video. And so really just doing all of these things, and it's requiring me to keep my head covered. So that's why you see my but also intuition. Right now, more than ever, we recognize that we are living truly in a world that many of us have never even fathomed. But I have talked about this now, I want to say, for almost 2 years, and that is the book Parable of the Sower. In the book Parable of the Sower, there is a foundational crack in the system. And if you want to get into this book and have a book conversation with me, comment below Parable, and I will invite you into my book circle that I will be creating around this book. This is not a book club for a bunch of books right now. The only book we need to focus on, and I'm telling you this from my heart and from my soul, because this is the truth, is Parable of the Sower. I urge you, if you are a Black or brown person, to read this book and read it now, because what is occurring out there is what occurred in the book. And so without giving anything away, I just, again, comment below Parable if you want to dive in, because we need to pay attention. And it's not paying attention with our eyes, beloveds. Now we need our intuition more than ever. Now we need the signs and symbols more than ever, because believe you me, what they're doing to the food, they will, again, we know that the social media, including any platform that I use here, is now controlling the narrative. Why is that when we think we've been free? Beloveds, because they will soon take that away as well. So we have to develop our intuition, our telepathic powers to connect with our friends and family now around the world, so we can continue forward. Because once this Wi-Fi goes down, or once they take away these privileges, how will we know? We will have to know the way our ancestors knew, the way Harriet knew, the way Sojourner knew, the way Marie Laveau knew. And so I want to just wrap this up with the numerology of 999, as well as share with you the color. And I think this is very fascinating that the color is just so, boom, important for this 9-9 energy. And it is grape royale, intense, provocative, mystic. If you were born on this day, you have a complex nature and are not satisfied with the superficial. Something inside of you longs for more meaning. And we know 9 is a number of completion. We know that we are in a 9 year of the snake. So what is being shed? What is asking to be released? If you watched yesterday's video on YouTube, I did a whole ritual, how you could do a dissolve and resolve ritual for yourself to dissolve and resolve whatever it is, because believe it or not, this eclipse cycle goes back to an eclipse cycle that was back in August of 2007. Yes, over almost 20 years ago. So if you can remember back then, I know for sure it was Miana's sophomore year. I remember it was a wild summer for me. I know exactly where we were living, exactly what I was doing. It was a summer off. I was still a librarian. And so now thinking forward, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how far I've gone. And so if you can remember back to then, remember what was occurring at that time. And so I know for sure for me that I knew that was going to be my last year as a librarian. In fact, because I've been doing this now for the last 17 years, which leads me to the next piece I wanted to bring up. Cosmic Nautics, beloveds, is based in using the stars, using the transits to empower us, and using that for our wellness, using that for our wallet, and using that for our woo. That is the 3 pillars of Cosmicnomics. And so the story I want to share with you is in the insight I want to share with you about Cosmicnomics and why it's important, especially for us now, as many of us are feeling the squeeze of our dollars. We're feeling the squeeze of, and this energy of being squeezed and pressured. But believe you me, beloveds, 2 things our ancestors want us to know is we must stay in circulation with each other. So make sure you are buying local, buy black, buy brown, get out of those stores, go to the bodega, get to the local fruit stand, start growing your things, start eating well, eating light. Just looking at the food recalls and everything that I'm seeing on a daily basis is letting you know, beloveds, we have to learn how to eat different. That is our wellness. Then our wallet, we have to start paying attention to all the ways that it's not about the spending, but how are we circulating? Because remember, if you are squeezing in, if you're like this, how can you be like this at the same time? If you're calling in manifestation like this, how can you be open to the prosperity around you? If you're like this, oh my God, I gotta hold on. That is not how our ancestors work. Remember, we have to be present, open, and available to even experience a divine download, right? And so don't be afraid with the money, beloveds. Our ancestors have done so much with so little. And so we have been conditioned to be afraid and to be in struggle mode, which then activates the vagus nerve, which is then our reptilian mind. And when we're in survival mode, beloved, you are not in receptivity mode. And so this is why prayer, meditation, and connecting to our clairs, our intuition is the most important thing right now. Our body is a temple. Our intuition is our GPS, not ChatGPT. So it's time, beloveds. Remember this grape royale. And then for the 10th of this, on the 10th is the birthday of Marie Laveau. So watch Coven. I've been doing that, watching Coven again, to see that depiction of her power, and call in your ancestors. We are in this portal of power right now to call in our ancestors from Egypt, our ancestors from our lineage, our ancestors that we don't even know from the cosmos. But beloveds, it's time. It's the time that I've been telling you about. Remember, comment parable. If you want to get in this book circle, join us for Signs and Symbols. I have now moved it from a 4-week class into a workshop style because I want you to make sure you know these signs and symbols. I want you to know what is out there hidden in plain sight. I want you to know how to use tarot as a talisman. I want your intuition to be so clear that you know, I do not need to go there today. I need to stay here. I need to do this. You are so clear that there is no doubt, because now, beloveds, we need our faith, we need our spiritual practice, because this is a spiritual war. This is not, it's, again, if you think it's psychological, that's how you know it's spiritual. So tune in, turn on, and tap in. Got more coming up for you soon. Make sure you watch all the videos, comment below, subscribe, like, share, join me on Substack. That's where you will find me, the Cosmic Mirror, dropping in insights and inspiration for you every single week and as often as I can with the Chiron Diaries and so much more. I send you so much love and light, beloveds. We truly are. Now we know what it means to be a light worker. It's time for us to get our wings. Wear your white, be prayed up, blessed up. Be shiny, be bright, be light. Ashe.